All right, here's a quick video describing the issue with Flex Beat and automation. I see some people on Reddit been having this issue. I was facing it as well, and I was trying to figure out a workaround, and I think I have one here that may be able to help. So the issue with Flex Beat and when it comes to automation is that it's not placing the automation in the correct position when you're writing brand new automation. With like no automation on the lane, you're writing brand new automation, it's supposed to place it in the right spot. It's not. It's actually defaulting back to the actual the initial automation that you wrote. Is bringing that to the very start of the session instead of placing it in the time and position that you wrote it on the timeline on the session itself. So if I enable flex speed or change the flex speed on, let's say, bar 4, it's supposed to show that change, and if I switch back, it's supposed to go back to the default state. It's not doing that, and I'll give you an example in a moment. All right, so we're gonna go here, open up flex speed, and I'm gonna mess with the repeat and the scratch. I got them set where after a certain amount of bars it's supposed to switch over. So we're gonna give it a try right now. All right, I'm gonna enable automation, and I'm gonna let the track play a few times before I actually write it, so you can see it later on in the session. Make sure we're back on default. Yes, we are. All right, so the beat playing now in my headphones. Let it loop a couple times, then I'm gonna try to write it. So I'm stopping, go back to read, and you're gonna notice too, when I go to the automation lane, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna switch from volume to flex beat, and as you can see, the last ones I wrote was right, but see that it took the initial automation that I first pressed and brought it to the very beginning of the track and just looping it through. And you'll see when I go here, you'll see exactly what I'm referring to. Watch. See, it's going right to repeat, which was the first button I changed it to. It was initial empty, so it took that as the initial automation instead of keeping its default state here. See? So that's the issue it's having. Every time you start the track, it's going right there. So the workaround that I've done that kind of helped was this. I'm going to go in and we'll go to automation, flex beat, and I'm actually put everything to 1, right? Let me see if I can erase everything. I'm gonna erase everything to pattern 1. Right now, so okay, let me see if I can do it. Tap the bottom, do it again. Trying to tap the bottom without. There we go, pattern 1 at the very bottom. So it's pattern 1, I actually manually written it in first. So that way now when I add automation, it should place it in the right spot. So we're gonna go back to flex beat. I'm just gonna move this around to make sure it's back moving around again, because sometimes this thing is buggy, it won't switch it around. So as you can see, when I press play, watch what happened. See, it's starting on empty. Even if I have it here, watch it go right back to empty when I press play. See, I press play, go right back to empty. Like it's supposed to, because that's what it should have been writing automation from the beginning, starting on empty, but it didn't. So now we're gonna write in the actual changes here for the repeat. So let me make sure I'm on write mode, and we're gonna write the automation in. All right, I'm starting the track, let it play a few moments, and I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna let this one go through. See, now if I go back, I wrote that automation, put it back to read. If I go back, and I let it get a little bit further because I wanted to just mess around with it. And see, it's only in the 2 spots I added it on. See, it kept it throughout the whole range, the first pattern. Now when I add the other patterns in, they just place them in the spot where I added them, like it's supposed to. It should normally do that, but it's not. So the workaround is to add the initial pad that you want it to stay on, or to be on by default, which of course is going to be empty, and then actually enable automation and write in the new automation, and it should work properly for you. Hope this helps anybody that's been having this issue, and continue to make good music.